Good morning, everybody. I know I told you guys I would do it yesterday. I didn't have time. As some of you know, I work 2 jobs, so I just really don't have a lot of time. But I really wanted to make this live because a lot of everybody, I feel like, faces anxiety and, depression, and especially runs high in turners and everything like that. And I've just been seeing, so much of it. And there's people who are like, well, I feel like people don't like me, or they're like, oh, well, they're against me, and that may not be the truth. Sometimes our anxiety makes us feel like someone's staring at us, making fun of us, talking about us, when that may not be the case. And I battled with that part for years, and it doesn't get really easier, but when you feel like that, talk to them, because 9 chances out of 10, it's not what your mind is tricking you to feel like. And just talking, that's a huge thing about it. And everybody has, I feel like, personally, it's a little bit of form of it, maybe not as bad as others with anxiety, but just remember, if you feel like somebody's making fun of you, talking about you, or making you feel really unwelcome, maybe they don't realize how they're putting off to you, or what necessarily they're doing. And so I always like to remind people to just talk to them, be open and honest about it, because honesty is the best policy, for one. And 2, you won't really know what that person's thinking, and they could just be having a really bad day. There could be so many different things about it, or you could have completely missed something that happened 5 seconds ago that they're laughing at, maybe. And that, I realized, is the biggest aspect I even sometimes struggle with, because sometimes I feel like, oh my god, they're making fun of me, totally making fun of me, but they're not. But whenever you feel like anxiety is so bad, where you're having a hard time getting out of bed, go to your happy place. Do what you need to do to get yourself out of the funk. For me, I cuddle my Donald. He gives the best cuddles in the world. And he loves the mama cuddles, so that works out really well. But, you guys have different animals you like to cuddle. Sometimes you guys like to color to get your mind off of it, or sometimes you guys like to, you could do anything. I saw a board that you can paint and it erases it. That's a really great idea. I shared it last year. It should be coming up any day now, and I'll reshare that again for you guys, because I know anxiety is a big, big struggle. And sometimes people like to read to kind of escape into a whole different reality. There's so many different tricks that can go up your sleeve. But when it deals, I feel with personal relationships and personal, how you handle things like that, I feel you can't necessarily just run to read a book about it, You got to figure out the best way to handle it, and then you're going to be well, how do I approach that, Because that's the second biggest question with what I'm saying about that. Just say it kind of straightforward in a sense. Be hey, was just curious. I'm kind of feeling like this. Is that, do you mean that? Just be honest. Because they don't really know how you feel unless you say how you feel. And I think that a lot of people struggle with that too as well. But, it's true. Nobody knows how you feel unless you say it. So, you guys just have to remember that sometimes. And about going through different things with anxiety, that's when you run, or anxious about a surgery, whatever it is. That's when you go to your happy place, cuddle your animal, or if you're at the hospital and you can't do that, color a book, read a book, talk about your favorite subject, go on your Kindle. There's those nice, not Kindles, I'm so sorry, but your iPad or smartphone even, and there's these apps that are for what's the word I'm looking for, meditation, that meditation apps that'll calm you down, or there's coloring apps too on those if you don't have a book by you. There's a whole bunch of different things that are so useful now, and I just want to give you a few tips just because I really see some of you guys struggling with different things, and I want to be there for you guys. And I want you to guys know you're not alone, and that it will get better. And you just got to remember that it'll get better. And whatever you're going through is to make you grow. And you may not know why. You may not know any of the answers to that. But when one door closes, another one opens. And it could be the biggest door that you needed. And the greatest things can come in the craziest times. And as long as you guys remember that, everything will work out. I love you guys. If you guys want me to make a live about anything else, please message me and I'll make a live as soon as I can. I love y'all.